Hi guys, it's John from John's Pipe Journey, and this is take 2. I was freeing up space on my phone so that I could create this video, and I deleted the video that I just made. So hopefully I'll remember half the stuff I said. Anyway, I'm smoking my beautiful merchant service pipe. It does have a vulcanite stem, which is not happy about. I like acrylic because I don't clinch, but the pipe is very gorgeous. It's got great grain. And I'm smoking Boswell's Hunter's Choice in it. I got like a little bit, half a bowl left. And I got my coffee here. Hey, thanks, Greg. Well, let's see. This morning I was just looking through my tobacco and some of it, and I just started pulling out ones I really liked. And so I thought I would come up with like my top 5. Definitively, really, it's the top 3 because the other ones are come and go. And actually, number 2 and number 3 switch places all the time. Anyway, so I'll go through these. I have 16 of these. I probably could have pulled out 16 other ones. It not being in the top 5, but being ones that I still like real well that would be in the top 10 or 20. Because I don't really have anything downstairs that I don't like or that I think I might like. Anyway, let's get started here. The number 1 that's always consistently been number 1 is Boswell's Northwoods. And I got that one because I started smoking a pipe. This month, it'll be 2 years. And I kept hearing about Frog Morton's, this and that, and how wonderful it was. And it was long gone before I started smoking a pipe because I don't know when McClellan's, folded, but it was way before I started. So I kept hearing that Northwoods was a real good substitute for Boswell's Frog Morton. McClellan's Frog Morton. And so I bought it and I liked it really well. I was like, oh, wow, this is like, it became my number 1. So then I thought, oh, Frog Morton's, like, I can see why people are raving about it because it really is good. Tamper I'm using is a Larry Blackett Gandalf. Let me get my face out of there, see if it'll... There, you can see it better there. It's really a great tamper. I like the ones that have a fairly small diameter and are sharp, fairly sharp edges so that you can get the tobacco that's collected along the edge that didn't burn and get that down. And it seems like a lot of tampers are slightly large that for the bowl diameter. Anyway, so when I first started, my favorite one was Seattle Pipe Club's Rainier Levant. And I had been smoking a pipe for, I don't know, a few months. And I was really getting frustrated because all I tasted was like ashtray ash, or maybe like just say pipe tobacco ash. It wasn't nasty like a cigarette ashtray. Hey, thanks, Greg. But it wasn't. I was wondering, like, why are these people enjoying this so much? And everything tastes so good, and nothing, I couldn't taste anything really. So I was buying everything from smokingpipes.com. I called them. I got this really nice lady. I wished I remembered her name, but anyway, I told her what was going on, and she said, try Rainier Levant. It's a Balkan, and I think what I was drawn to is the Orientals, because when I tried it on the retrohale, I could definitely taste a floral or incense smell that was nice, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is #1 for me because I can actually taste something. So it was #1 for over a year for me because I could actually taste something in it. And I think it's the Orientals. It's a Balkan blend. So anyway, then I got Northwoods. That became #1. And #2 could be #3, but #2 right now today is Boswell's English Biscuit. And then 3 is Boswell's Countryside. And this one used to be #1 periodically. I mean, the top 3 kind of switch around. Most of the time it's Northwoods. And probably 4 or so is the Country Squire Shepherd Pie. This one is phenomenal, and it is also a Frog Morton substitute for Frog Morton Cellar. And I actually prefer Shepherd's Pie and Northwoods to Frog Morton's, which I'm glad, because I'll never get any anymore. I was so grateful that I got gifted some. He wasn't even my Secret Santa. He just was like, just graciously gave me 2 kinds of Frog Morton samples. One was Cellar and the other one was on the Bayou. And they were good. The next one is Wilkie's Crystal Palace. And that one was, I got turned on to that one by a guy at the Muletown Pipe Show last year, and it was one that was developed before the Civil War, and it's still around. So anything that's that old, it's got to be pretty good. And then Hunter's Choice. That's probably, and I could stick a whole bunch of these other ones in the top 5. So it's really hard to even rank any of these. But I'll just kind of show them how I have them here on a table. Bengal Slices Barrel Aged 2022. This is an unobtainium one because it's past 2022 and it's not for sale anymore. So I was lucky to get, I snagged 5 tins, and so I jarred them all. Well, that's one thing I might mention. I have found, well, watching people open old tins, the round ones, like these round ones, I've seen people open them and have them, you see rust on the inside, and somehow the seal was breached. And totally, I don't trust the square ones or the rectangular ones. I don't even understand why they would ever put tobacco in something like that. Actually, when I open them, they are hard to open. So I'll have to be fair with them. They are sealed pretty good, but like it's just straight on. It's not twist or anything. So anything like that, I always put in jars. And then the only ones I don't put in jars are the ones that come in an aluminum tin that has a pull tab, like a Cornell and Deal. Those cannot be, like they can't be breached and get degraded or anything. They'll last forever like that. But the one I always do, and that I totally don't understand why they put them in these, Seattle Pipe Club. It's one of my, oh, well, this is Rainier Levant. Their tins aren't even made out of metal. They're like waxed cardboard on the sides with metal top and bottom. They remind me of like the Poppin' Fresh dough containers that you could get at the store. And totally don't trust those. So anything in that kind of container, immediately I put it in a jar. So anyway, after just saying that, here's another one, Peterson's Old Dublin. I like several of Peterson's. Old Dublin, if you like 965, this one is real similar except for it tastes better. It's more flavorful. Like I heard somebody say, if you like 965, try this, and so I did, and I really liked it. Everyone seems to like this one, Burley Morning Flake, or Burley Morning Pipe, sorry. And that's Ken Byron. That gets hard to get. He runs out so often. GLP's Westminster. Another guy at that Muletown Pipe Show turned me onto this one, and I really like this a lot. And there's several GLPs I didn't bring out that I like real well too, that I could have put in this list. Peterson's Early Morning Pipe. I had to pick that one. Boswell's Mild English. Seattle Pipe Club's Plum Pudding Special Reserve Flake. I love that one. Oh, and I really like Country Squire Rivendale. I misspelled it. It should be D-E-L instead of D-A-L-E. It doesn't even have the same name anymore. It's like Riverboat Clean or something, but I really like that one. And Galwith Hogarth Innerdale, I really like that one a lot. That essence of the Samuel Galwith and Galwith Hogarth that people either hate or like, I love that because I can taste it. So anything that I can taste, and I don't think it's a nasty flavor. I've heard people say it like tastes or smells like, tastes like Granny's panties, and I'm like, okay, like I haven't ever sniffed Granny's panties, thankfully, and so I don't know what that smell is, and I'm not going to try. So I would never say that to anyone that smelled like something like that, because I don't. Anyway, we'll move on. But anyway, I like that smell or that flavor, and I just find it kind of a spicy floral whatever. I don't think it smells like any old thing, like I think they've said inside of Granny's purse, because of perfumey stuff in there. I don't know. I just really like it. It's easy to taste, so I like that part about it. And I guess that's it. Yeah, that's all of them. Let me know what ones are your favorites. If you share any of the same that I like. I noticed when I picked mine when I first started, thanks, Katie and Steven. I have a big Casablanca fan here, and it's real easy for stuff to go out. Anyway, when I first started, I would look and see the top 5 or top 10, and ones that sounded interesting, I would just buy those and try them because I didn't know I didn't know anything, and I had to buy all mine online because there's nothing within 2 hours of me to buy anything from a store. So anyway, that's how I just started my collection. And then all of a sudden, like, I started noticing, like, okay, this is my top 5 or whatever. Just let me know what you think. And, oh, I'm still stranded from the snowstorm. We have a car and a 4-wheel drive truck. And so Kathy has been taking the truck so she can, because you cannot get out of this woods without a 4-wheel drive truck with snow like this, or sometimes when it rains like super heavily. There's one dry creek bed that you have to cross, and it sometimes turns into a giant river that washes out like a channel that might be 3 feet deep that you can't see until your tires fall into it, and then you're stuck. But anyway, I've been stuck here for 2 days. It's still beautiful. And I've got enough food and water and stuff. I could be here for years and not have to go to the store. So I don't worry about anything like that. My main source of heat is wood because my floors have water pipes in them. So it circulates hot water. And so the floor's warm. It's like, I just measured, it was 75 degrees. And up in the second floor, it's up to the balcony, or the balcony, whatever it's called, is 78. So it's nice and toasty in here. But the situation I have, I can't go to the store to get a new battery for my golf cart. I need a deep cycle marine battery because the golf cart battery conked out on me right at the storm. I had it loaded up. The wood pile is way at the other end of the yard, and it's downhill. I had that loaded up with wood, but I just left it, and I was going to come, drive it up to the house. And when I went out to try it, it was all snow covered, and the battery was dead. And it had gotten cold for here, so it was like in the low 20s. And so I had a couple of car-sized lithium ion batteries, those real expensive, like $1,000 a piece batteries in the garage that I was going to use for another project. And so they'd been sitting in there on wood surface, so it's not good for a battery to be on concrete or anything, but if it's on wood, it's okay. And I put it on a special charger for lithium batteries, and one of them charged right up. The other one is still on the charger and is not seemed to be charging, and I'm kind of worried about that one because I've never even used it, and that's a lot of money. But anyway, I took that battery down to and jumper cables, and I jumped the golf cart and brought the wood up here and offloaded it, and I have to split my wood by hand with an axe, which is, good exercise, so I don't mind it. But a lot of the pieces are too big, as far as big around, to burn real efficiently, because this last batch of wood has only been aged not quite a year, I think, and so it's not as dry. So it has to be broken down more. But anyway, that's how I get my wood. And so what I've been doing is I have 2 little wagons. One's got small wheels and the other's got bigger wheels. And I drag them down to the wood pile and then load up just a little bit of wood. I can't put hardly any wood on either one of them because then I've got to drag it uphill. And now it's like 4 to 5 inches deep probably, because it's subliming away because the sun here is really intense. So it's getting, and it only snowed that day and a half. But anyway, so when I drag those up here, by the time I get one of those up here, I'm exhausted to the point of like falling down and stumbling around. Where like, you know, I feel like you can barely even breathe. You're so worn out. And I have to do that with each of them. And then I have to, you know, offload them and split which ones I'm going to split, and then put them where it's out of the snow, because I don't want to just throw them down in the snow up here. In other words, it's a real hassle now because I'm snowed in and can't go get a new battery. Because if I had the golf cart, I could just leave this wood on the golf cart, and that's twice as much as I can haul up here with 2 little wagon loads, and that would last me a few days. So anyway, that's what's going on. But it's a gorgeous day. I mean, we're totally blessed here, how gorgeous it is. It's not supposed to snow again for the next 10 days or something, and it normally doesn't even snow like this. Normally a year can go by and you might get an inch, and that's it. Like dustings periodically, but the air here during the winter is dry enough that it doesn't snow. Like in New York, there was so much moisture in the air that literally all winter long, almost every day, it was snowing. It was just kind of like you just got used to it. Gray and snowing all the time. Here, it's sunny and beautiful, and most of the time you don't have to worry about snow on the ground or ice. Anyway, I've been rambling on long enough, and since this is take 2, hopefully I got enough information in there to, because I was real worried that I'd forget half the stuff I was talking about before. But anyway, if make sure you comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I never tell anybody to do that, but like I'm almost at 600 now, so that's kind of exciting. But if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and like the video. And until next time, God bless.